Utie oha echi ponkno.
Needs FM.
Ti ase be na mo pese Ghana funya.
Oh, ye pese Ghana for omo hu se. I did the finance minister eba kan no. Ndada nkwa na nkanye se under the laws of this country, the Financial Management Act, and yes, law no section 28. The compelling finance minister said, Umbra Parliament, Ember country, how we are performing on the budget that he presented in November last year for this year, the 2019 budget. Because 2019 budget, finance minister Amaya indicators, government Amaya policies, almost say the policies nature indicators no, you meeting. Say meeting indicators no, Ghana ever to po. Nti omo here close to 75 million, a billion Ghana cedis to be able to implement that policies. Na ya di sa skano emma omo. Na ya kanchi omo say before the end of July, omo parliament emba country how they are performing on the policies. When you kanya sa anti anka omo. Because omo di country say omo ba on the 17th of July. Omo antebe. Omo shifting in echo 22nd of July. Omo antebe. Even on the 29th of July, omo see 10:30 sharp. Omo budget review statement. 1 o'clock no oshiase. 1 o'clock. Even 1 o'clock no, they were still shuffling papers. I did there all kind on the floor of Parliament. Now I did there one printing, you can see differences. So me were say, can you say, law no na compel finance minister say ombra Parliament in Kaomba. Number 2, I did there oba ye ni nyina say omo betika. Ye betika. Because your revenue no yan demand it. Your revenue target they are meeting. A deficit target they yet my who say by they have a midterm yebanya about 2.9 no ya 3.3. Now every say revenue not falling, imports are falling. A joint bien koyi ye here sika to be able to complete the year. And you hear about 6.4 billion. Now, 6.4 billion, yen to be raising with taxes. Into your percent, young fat taxes be, and 2 petrol soup, and then 2 top tax soup. Now your friend was up tax. Say the two soir, petroleum tax no, ye the co Esla. The Esla, ye decan added. First one, the your mama, no. Echo amonone, echo bobusia, into any hobby for 10 years. That's a kind of embaye ho. Into say a percent bobusia on Esla. This a year this for kaho, and that will create the physical space. Mayako buru into ye the 20% eka eho. So petrol prices will increase not by reason of the crude oil prices on the world market, but by reason of tax. Now, into this year, after this the midterm budget, out of the 6.4 billion, Ghana government ever received about 4 billion Ghana cedis from borrowing. So you can expect that they will go to the financial market with Esla. Omanya for 20 Ghana, 20 pesos added to say. They are taking the 20 pesos, consolidate it, cumulate it, and go to the financial market for a loan.
But finance minister Ambomadi Achiremu say, in fact, mo PPS bi amosensai, eno na the challenge. E di ababeto energy sector no so enam so wo mutu eye sa na monyo.
Onim asam de okan. only. Yes, sir, sign PPO. Yes, sir, look, Ghana had an installed capacity of about 2,000 megawatts. Even with the 2,000 megawatts, power outages. Power outages, to remedy it, let me even backtrack more. The power outages were a result of historical underinvestment in the power sector. Before the best he did was to introduce energy saving lamps and then retrofit phone and then imported what's the name of two turbines, some GE turbines. Now, one added a megawatt of power by installed capacity. Now, so NDC we are confronted with a problem. The energy demand of this country grows between 5 to 10% a year. Ghana, we're pre-positioning Ghana as a net exporter of power. A country grows and develops if it takes its surrounding circumstances into consideration and see where it has comparative advantage, and you exploit your comparative advantage. And that is any comparative advantage. We are a peaceful country. We are a democratic country. We are close to the sea. We are a people who are accommodating. So investors' political risk in this country is very, very low. So investors are prepared to invest. We have landlocked countries around us who have not been able to fix their challenges of their countries. Then we have the West African power pool that is trying to create an energy market. Why don't we become leaders in the creation of the energy market? So when you combine the growth for power demand and then the potential to export power from Ghana, you will understand why NDC was putting in place measures. One, to ensure energy sufficiency in this country, because energy is everything. Without energy, we can't develop. Do you understand why we are not building tall buildings in Ghana?
Okay, Honorable, Mami Bisa, this question say,
let me just read this. Now, the finance minister comes to tell us, say, Minia, of all the people agreements that we signed, we are using 40%. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Why do we have power outages? If we are using 40% and we don't need the rest, Minia, just tell me why we have power outages.
Oh, but say power outages in a bar, and you necessarily say generational capacity in the but there be another transmission, could be another problem of one. I say other factors, other related factors.
Brother,
yes, sir.
Everywhere in the world, to have stability in your power supply, you need what engineers call redundancy.
But do we have power outages?
We do. And you don't know?
Sir.
I wouldn't him. Open your phone lines and ask the people of Ghana. They'll tell you. Baby, everything, all my TVs are blown. All my TVs. In fact, if you go to the trade fair area now, you're the referrer, you will see all my TVs are with him.
I am say your planned maintenance been almost your no my announcement.
It was not any planned maintenance. It was the debt of the country and the government inability to pay, and the power suppliers were exercising pressure on government to pay, and government had to look for resources to meet them halfway. Then you backtrack into why did we take the ASLA at all to the international finance market to borrow money? Because that was the intention of putting up ESLA to retire the legacy debts with power, energy. People supply crude, they are unable to pay. Banks are collapsing because energy power companies owe banks heavy amounts of money or huge amounts of money. So there was a strategy. It simply doesn't make sense, Minion. I've worked at the Minister of Energy. I'm telling you that it doesn't make sense. Minion. So
honorable,
so are you saying that when NDC was setting up all the power plants, there were no advisors at the Minister of Energy. There were no advisors
very good.
At DRA. There were no advisors at ETG. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, maybe bisa with you. It is na excesses na ye wono. Alternatively, a dear na nka esa aban no eye de fa ho. Because ene wo mo se boyeka. It a dear na esa nka ye de fa ho.
First of all, excesses there almost see ye wono. To what extent have they exploited the possibility of exporting the power? 2, you know the minister came to parliament and said that ye dear Valco. You know the number of port lines Valco has? And for Valco to be productive, you know the number of port lines they need to put on? The power supply that we have in Ghana is suppressed demand. If you add Valco, all that the minister is saying that we is excess, one day, all that, just by opening Valco, talking about. When I always listen to the minister and the MPP, I think that they like propaganda too much. Why hasn't he came to parliament in 2017, 2018 and said that we put on stream? So where are they going to get power to put Valco on stream? You've come to power to say you are doing an integrated aluminium. You know the amount of power it will consume. You've come to parliament to do the iron industry. You know when you do iron industry, the amount of power it will consume. So I simply do not have the parliament to say that, now you are looking at the possibility of even refining our gold. You know when you are going to refine, when you set up a refinery, how much power it will consume? Now you think that you even have a 5,000 installed capacity is too much. That is the thinking. That is the thinking. That animated Busia's mind that he dismantled our atomic energy reactor and shifted away.
Okay. And
that's the thinking. And remember, I'm coming. In 1963, Ghana had installed capacity more than Korea. Akoso Motown and the other thermal plants that we had in Ghana, we had more power than South Korea. You know the installed capacity of South Korea now? They are in thousands of megawatts, 43,000 megawatts. The last time I went there. It is only in South Korea that you see the connection, direct connection between power and industry. That when South Korea was hosting the World Cup, any day South Korea was going to play, the demand for power dropped because factories will have to put machines on standby for their workers to go and watch match. In Ghana, when we are playing matches, demand for power goes up because there's no industry, there's nothing. So when you want to know the productive use of power, this is South Korea. So you see, when you have this conservative mindset like that of the MPP, Ghana will never develop because they don't challenge themselves.
Okay. A concession agreement and a PDS. Any abide the crata about the abonte say was suspended a yes agreement. When I tell say. Okay, the American say ECG a PDS a better key over no a buy at the crata about the abonting and re say we must suspend sa agreement na ye won me ba cho wa
Mau Facebook
na ya de na ya anticipated na e yon wa
Now, I mean, if you say PDS and Eba Parliament,
PDS.
Eba Parliament, one who those behind the PDS, including a Baba who was at East Legon. One who that time the Ghanaians they didn't mind us. If you say that they have provided guarantee for the assets, the transfer of the assets, what basis did you transfer management? Yes. It goes to show that those people behind PDS were so powerful at the time of the transfer that they overlooked even a basic requirement of posting a guarantee for the assets.
But you shouldn't also forget, say, agreement with Baba Tom and more Marshall with your home.
Oh, by agreement, about it's true. And we raise issue, it's true. But I'm saying that when an agreement comes to Parliament, there is a presumption that the executive, who are the architects of the agreement, have done due diligence. And we study the agreement. Yes, study agreements, We raise issue. We thought that PDS, was otherwise incompetent. We did not see the history of PDS in agreement. We traced some people to addresses at East Legon to a barber shop. The shares were held by a barber. We wondered how a barber could raise that money to be able to buy shares in PDS. We said all those things. We said them.
At the end of the money, young mama said, was a baba be resi such an amount now, or the ababe gura a contract you be seeing.
My brother, in law, there's a maxim, which is nocita a associate. Things take their color from their surroundings. Tell me, which baba in Ghana will have that amount of money and still be in the barbering shop? Tell me. Anna, you think that we are fools in Ghana?
Now, Baba, no Tracy, you know, free.
Oh, no, it's Legon. No, church, a three. No, it's Legon. Even some of the companies were formed a few days before the transfer. A few days before the transfer. These are issues. Just go back to Parliament and take the hands out and watch our debate. These are issues. But the most important thing I'm saying is that what animated the minds of the MPP for them to transfer title in the assets of the company to PDS without ensuring and satisfying themselves or posting the necessary guarantees. Because it's a condition precedent. Not so. So it's like a checklist. If I'm going to transfer the assets, it's a checklist. So you ask yourself, have they done this? Have they done that? Have they done that? Then you will check it. Is that not so? So at what point did they realize, say, the people have not posted a guarantee?
It's modon kuma de na munim say PDS ye no mo deal no de na nya de a ebetimi akwa wie pa nya de ebetimi aye successful won.
Yeah, raise the issue to point to Ghanaians say the PDS deal was quite suspicious. That there were circumstances and events in the PDA deal that clearly raised red flags.
Okay.
Yeah, raise red flags for Ghanaians to understand. But we have a majoritarian parliamentary system of government. Minority have their say, and the majority have their way.
Okay. Honorable, my minimum year common war mo press conference in the mo. To be esla dia wakadada, but to be to say communication service tax. South to way no, and also na mo ka ho asem mo how be na wo ho say aban atumu aye communication service tax.
We are saying that today as we speak, government is not doing anything to alleviate poverty. People are being thrown out of business. You see, to understand you must look at the wider implications of the tax. People are being thrown out of. We are still struggling, and we are paying lip life empowerment and what program. You are paying to people below the poverty line. Mobile penetration in Ghana is high. Even these people that you are paying lip are using mobile phones. And you are saying that you are taxing them. You are going to raise the cost of talking to such an extent that it can fund your budget. That's what you are saying. You are given by the right hand and you are taken by the left hand. Now the poor people you are trying to come out of poverty, you are going to tax them to fund your budget.
But honorable, say way communication service tax in particular no. Samoka na Ghana phobi ya kase mo ya nyatrom because why? Tax way ebre ba ye 2008 me pardon 2008 now parliament. Very good. Very good. Ne your friend the talk tax. I don't know a communications minister then na a honorable green team na kwadwo ban redu nyakopon fa the cranes you are not an finance minister. Woman ba ye no obeka ya mo boycott to parliament. Say aban no at the talk time tax eba. Ba mo ba ye no mo samba be hie mo kena. Mo ba ban mu no. Mo be hie mo kena san tu mu kra. Edi ne aban ba no san tu mu a ye hu se dwan na mo nwen ye ho. Eti mo kan si asem mo ye hypocrite.
Ye ba ye no. Ye it's a shame. We reorganized it so that it could fund some projects. It was now a dedicated source of tax. In principle, we didn't think that was a good thing to do because we're taxing talking. But hereby, the tax was in place. It's just like the MPP, when we brought in VAT.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah.
But yeah, VAT because it was there.
It's another Ghana phobia
game. So I mean, just say we were not being honest. Is government? You talk tax. You see, it was immoral. But
my boycott to Ghana Rashabi fee. Say or the Babiku Ghana for Nakamoba Bema, Ghana for share Nimu say, more background with the Momano baby, or what's some baby tomb? It's an answer, my hypocrite.
No, you are a hypocrite. Hypocrites are greater hypocrites than you have ever before. Or you VAT, you yet they boycott here. In their protests against VAT, or you So, if they are hypocrites, they are greater hypocrites. I'm just saying that a regime had been put in place. A regime, distorting the regime will create more problems. So you reform the regime. You put the money to good use. That's what you do. ESLA. Every before see a nuisance tax. Now we see a nuisance tax. Now, Omuba is our tax because nuisance. Today, media, that is the lifeline of the MPP.
Okay.
So if it is hypocrisy, they are more hypocrites.
Okay.
Utie oha exi ponkno.
Needs FM.